There was a young woman we were working with, a client who was very complex and was doing a lot of damage to herself and to property, and the property team had been out and they'd renovated this house and worked really hard to make it a good place for her. And then within a couple of days of her being there, the client had done a lot of damage to the house. So I said to our property person, look, we better go out and have a look and see what we can do about this. And we walked into the house and she looked around and she went, oh, and I thought, oh, here it comes, she's going to start complaining about the damage. And she just said, oh, what's happened to this young woman? What terrible things have happened to her that this is what she needs to do? And she went straight then into, okay, so how can we make it better? How can we make this house a safer place for this young person to live in? Because, some terrible things must have happened to her for her to be like this. So that was the moment when I could really see Sanctuary working through the actions of that property person. She got it, she was trauma-informed, and her response was perfect in terms of safety of young people, and that's what it's all about.
I remember visiting the primary school, and we had introduced community meetings with the young people there, ranging in age from 6 years old to 12, 13. And a lot of the young people that come to us have experienced or continue to experience trauma in their lives and are often referred to us because they're having a lot of difficulty engaging in education in a mainstream setting. At the beginning of 2014, they would all participate in the community meetings, and a lot of them would find that really difficult. So some of them would hide under the tables, some of them would hide in the corners or run out of the room. They found it really difficult to participate in that sort of sharing. Just to look and hear and see the journey that those young people had made and their capacity to name their feeling for the morning, whether or not that was sadness, whether or not it was fear, whether or not it was happiness, and then to talk about, what their goals were, and then moving on from that, who was going to be able to help them, and for them to name those people. I just thought, how amazing is this?
In terms of safety plans, it's a great opportunity to utilise something to maintain your self-care, because you might find yourself in situations of crisis that you feel you need to have something that you can rely on to be able to change that state for you. But sometimes I think for the young people, having something written down in words at times, depending on their level of intellectual functioning, can be a little bit overwhelming, and in terms of connecting with that, it's really quite difficult. So one of the staff members on our team decided to be really creative with some of the safety plan strategies, and actually work with a young person to be able to put in a visual safety plan. This staff member has a pug and brings the pug into work on a fairly regular basis, and it's a wonderful therapeutic thing for the kids, and they do love that. But what she did is actually put in pictures of pugs doing certain things. So it had like a pug with a pink wig on it. So that'll mean you go and dye your hair. Now, if the young person then goes and looks at that, has a laugh, is able to actually break their state of mind and take themselves out of that anger and the situation they're actually involved in, it's having the actual impact that it needs. So I think that's the thing. You can utilise the sanctuary commitments and the sanctuary model, but being able to actually make it live and breathe and actually develop that and push it further, I think, has really been something beautiful to behold. And we've now got the sanctuary commitments according to PUG.
My favourite story about a red flag meeting comes from our foster care team in New South Wales. They were looking after 3 young people, siblings. They were aged 11, 13 and 15. Their mum was expecting a new baby, and they were really worried about the future, the long-term plans and the safety of their baby brother. So a red flag meeting was called, which brought together their case manager, their foster carer and the 3 young people. The case manager helped the kids talk through some of those really difficult emotions and their feelings of letting their mum down, as well as think about some solutions and some ways to move forward. The information that they shared in the meeting informed a decision that their baby brother was placed with them in long-term foster care. So that's a really great outcome because their baby brother got to live with them, and it's really important that siblings in out-of-home care are able to stay together. As a sanctuary organisation, I think it's really creating a unique space where children feel safe and heard and able to voice their opinions and their feelings.
Yeah, I think Sanctuary has enabled us to create a safe refuge for the young people that we support.
Yeah, the actual impact that we've found Sanctuary to have with the young people has been an absolutely wonderful thing. And again, we've seen emotional development, growth, maturity through a sense of safety and predictability in what we provide for them in the care that they have with MacKillop.